Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. What would life look like if you started the day with a routine filled with easy to do habits to empower yourself and ignite your soul and improve all aspects of your life? I'm about to share 4 great ones with you. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend. Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, the power of possibility, passion, and purpose. And taking charge of the way you start your day can improve all aspects of your life, including your happiness, your focus, your productivity, fulfillment, relationships, wealth, health, and so much more. It can allow you to feel alive, free, and fulfilled. So many people start the day in such a chaotic, reactive mode. We've hit the snooze button several times, or we've got this heavy to-do list, or maybe we slept very poorly and kind of tossed and turned with a bunch of worries and things that needed to get accomplished, and then we're trying to make up for it in a short amount of time in the morning, and then the scramble is on. And I was there. I know what it's like, and I've been implementing these habits that I've been sharing with the past couple of podcast episode 669, 670. This one happens to be 671. In those last two, I spoke about body habits and mind habits of what successful people do to be successful. You know, that's what I wanted to study and what I wanted to research when I was in that scrambling, chaotic mode. And each day it just seemed like I was less productive, less focused, and really not fulfilled and happy. So I started implementing these because I like to try things out before I'm actually sharing them with somebody. And I noticed some transformations happen, a lot of internal transformations that affected my external, my outer world. So I'm going to share with you some ones some powerful morning rituals to ignite your soul. And these are going to be, some of these are going to be familiar with you, but I highly recommend doing them in the morning. It doesn't take a lot of time. And the first one, hopefully it's an obvious one to you. It's starting with gratitude. Gratitude is probably among some of the most ignored and underestimated morning rituals. Although, you know, gratitude and appreciation, it's shown to be one of the best and easiest ways to make sure you start off your day on a positive note. Just waking up, smiling, grateful that the day is starting. And I know that some days there may be a really rough day that you're planning ahead, but there's so many things to be grateful for. And I think the universe conspires on our behalf when we start with that appreciation of the things that we have. Many people, they see it as a waste of time. Instead of doing it, they go off and they rush off into their busy day. But that's why their days are starting with stress, anxiety, instead of the positive feelings of gratitude and appreciation. It's pretty impossible to be stressed and grateful at the same time. And by starting your day off just being thankful and happy for what you have, letting your positive feelings take over, and therefore you're more immune to the stress that you may encounter during the day. Stress is going to happen. You know, stress can improve us and change us and help us grow. But when we let it weigh us down, without some sort of tool or some sort of way to kind of counteract that or buffer it, it tends to add up and compound over time. And so if you can do things like when you're grateful, you flood your body and your brain with emotions and endorphins that uplift and energize you, rather than those stress hormones or the stress stuff that drains you. So, start yourself off in a gratitude. I have a little journal that I write down 3 things every day. It's something different. 3 things that I'm grateful for. I mean, it could be the fact that I hit all the green lights on the drive home yesterday, or it could be the fact that I have the ability to feed my cat. I mean, they might sound silly and stuff, but this is what brings spice to life, and the things that we have, and the things, I'm grateful to have my cat in my life and pets that I've had in the past. So when I start off with that feeling, it tends to make those small things that we tend to worry about seem a little bit less. Okay, the next one is meditation. I've talked a lot on this podcast about meditation. My friend Maggie's going to be doing an online workshop. Just meditation is starting the day off. I know I'm jumping ahead here, but when it comes to meditation, I thought it was initially hokey, and I thought it was going to take way too much time. This because I was really overthinking it. But if you start the day off with a calm, clear head and train your mind to focus and relax, it's really a powerful exercise. If there's one powerful thing that you can incorporate into your morning success habits, it's meditation. You might be familiar with the power of meditation and its endless benefits, but perhaps you aren't quite sure how to get started with meditation. And there's some great apps out there. One of them I started out with is one called Headspace. Now, I have a lot of friends that love other apps, like Calm is a great one. But the co-creator of Headspace, he said, I've never met anyone in the world who wouldn't like to feel a bit less stressed. Who wouldn't like to be more calm? Who wouldn't like to be, have a little bit more clarity? It's part of the human condition. Our minds are overactive, and I'm going to admit to that. I have a very busy brain. It's in our social media world, in our news world, in the world of continuous distractions. It's tough. It's challenging to calm the mind, but when you do, the stress tends to leave and other focus, other creative things. You allow other things to come in. Meditation, it can counteract that tendency of the busyness that we have. So starting your day in silence and meditation is a powerful morning ritual. That helps you start out in a positive note, and it helps you control how the rest of your day goes. Kobe Bryant, famous basketball player, he's one of the celebrities out there who've adopted the method of meditation. Oprah, she starts her day with 20 minutes of meditation, which according to her gives her a sense of hope and contentment. Morning meditation, it helps build focus, gives you more energy, it calms you down, it sets the tone for the rest of the day, and it's a very powerful technique that can completely change your life if you give it a chance. You got to try it, and it does take time. That's why I recommend Headspace. It's a little 10-minute thing. There's like a 10-day series on it or whatever. It's a free app, and it's really kind of interesting when you do that, or even try Calm. Next one is prayer. Similar to meditation, prayer is a powerful tool that many successful people live by and incorporate into their morning ritual. According to Oprah, it's important to take a moment out of your day to think about something outside of yourself and to jumpstart your day in the right direction. According to her, the only prayer we really need to tell ourselves is thank you, thank you, thank you. That makes us feel more grateful for what we have and allows us to focus on what we have rather than what's missing. I know I'm going to butcher this name. There's a Hawaiian prayer called Ho'oponopono. I think that's the way it's said. It's made up of 4 powerful phrases. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And it gets repeated over and over. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And it promotes taking responsibility for everything in one's life and the whole world. Confession, repentance, mutual resistance, and mutual restitution, and forgiveness. So morning prayer can mean a lot of things to different people. Find out what works for you. The most important thing is to note that you have the power to connect to what you need. Now, my final one here, it just brings a smile to my heart. It's contribution, making someone's day. If you want to start your day with something that nourishes your soul and makes you feel grateful to be alive, then you shouldn't rush through your morning rituals and jump straight into your work activities or other daily busy activities. Sometimes we forget about the small things that can make our days more fulfilled and worth living, and we get stuck in this loop of work, chores, school, other daily activities. considering that most of us are stuck in this vicious cycle, it's no wonder that we forget about being grateful and setting aside the time to make ours and someone else's day better. Making someone else's day doesn't have to take up a lot of time, and it's not something that will require a lot of energy from you. If anything, the opposite is true. Contributing to someone else's happiness and making their day better can be easily as complimenting them. Commenting on what they're wearing or how they did something, giving them positive feedback, thanking them for being your friend or a colleague or your partner, or just showing appreciation. You could also add value to the life of a stranger, helping the homeless. I had a friend who, for 30 days, he vowed in his town there were many homeless people, and he gave $1 a day to a homeless person. You could add value to a stranger. You could pay it forward at a coffee shop, or sometimes people go through a drive-through. I think I've coached you on the drive-through stuff, right? With fast food stuff. But anyway, the idea is you're paying for the person in back of you, or even just tagging, giving a shout out to somebody on social media for what you appreciate about them. Small actions can lead to big differences. Making it a part of your daily routine or your daily ritual about others makes life worth living. The purpose of a ritual is to be able to grow and be your best in order to give to others. And by following this, you can make someone's day in less than 2 minutes, which will make you both feel great and happy for the rest of the day. I mean, I know I feel good even holding the door for somebody. It might seem like, oh, it's just one of those things I do, but there's this kind of reciprocation, this appreciation, this feel-good factor that does happen. So those are some powerful ways to light up your soul and start each day right. Don't forget to go back to episodes 669 and 670, the Power Blast podcast, if you haven't listened to those, for some of the body and mind rituals I shared. And for a deeper dive into these habits of highly successful people, be sure to pick up my Success Habits Master List. This is jam-packed with routines, rituals, tips, and strategies to move you from that chaotic, scrambling, busy, crazy day and having a grateful, clear, focused, happy, fulfilling life. It's totally free. You can find that at morningsuccesshabits.com. Once again, that's morningsuccesshabits.com. It's all yours. You're welcome, my friend. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you so much. Please share, subscribe, leave an honest rating and review in your podcast app. It helps others to discover this podcast and get value. Plus, I think the universe will give you some kickback, positive, major vibes out there. You absolutely rock, my friend, and as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.